everyone, so welcome. I am so excited to do this video today because I feel like this video is going to be the unspoken question that everyone always wants to ask but never wants to actually ask. So the other day I posted on my story asking you guys if you would not be judged by anyone, what would you want to do? And so many people, all of you responded, I would start a YouTube channel, I would blog about my fitness, about my cooking, my baking, and I was like, why? Why aren't people starting and following their passion of what they want to do? So when I asked some of you guys, when you guys responded, I said, why don't you want to start? What's stopping you? And a lot of you said you're unsure how to start. So that's what leads me to this video about me explaining my tips and how I got started and about blogging about fitness on Instagram. So here are my tips and tricks for starting. Guys, so my first tip is you need to stop caring right now. So sounds silly, but so many people don't follow what they want to do because they're afraid of judgment or other people thinking they're weird or strange for doing it. I'm telling you right now, you can't think that way. If you think that way, you're already a step behind because anything you post then you'll automatically reflecting and thinking, oh, what will so-and-so think of this, or what will people think of me? You need to just let that go, because if you truly have a good message for your brand and you really are portraying something that you think can help other people, there should be no judgment on the table, and anyone who is judging you for that, I think is just not a great person. So I think you should just avoid all of that judgment. So that ends now. My second tip is to create your brand. So literally sit down and think, what do I want my brand to represent? Me personally, for fitness, I want my brand to represent a healthy lifestyle, a balanced lifestyle, being real. I like to be real with you guys. I hope I'm being as real as I can be when I'm, showing you how I go to my day-to-day or my morning routines or what I'm eating, things like that. What is your brand portraying? You want to think of maybe 5 pillars, right? Like 5 things that you want to post about. If it's your personal life, if it's your pets, if it's your baking, if it's your fitness, anything. Or maybe it's even like self-help. Like say you've gone through some things, you want to share that with the, the rest of the people that follow you. That's one of your pillars. So think of 5 pillars that you can post about and make each post one of those pillars. So personally, my 5 pillars, I try to do fitness, fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and then something real, something that I can talk about myself to you guys, share some personal story, whether it be, maybe one week I was stressed out, or something I went through in high school, or a trouble I face on, a daily basis, things like that, and make people realize that, oh my god, you're a real person too, and you're not just posting a highlight reel of your life, right? Which it's so easy to seem that way, and it's, trust me, I get away from it too, just, posting highlight reels, but it's so important to stay true and real, so that's where your brand comes in of what you're really trying to portray. Tip number 3. So, tip number 3 is, what do you want your audience to feel or connect with when they come to your page? So this is also huge. So it's almost like you have to think of it as like an experience for each consumer or customer, right? So if someone comes to your page, what do you want them to feel? Do you want them to get, baking tips, health tips? Do you just want them to look at something fashion? You want to think of, if you were someone else coming to your page, what are you looking at? That's why you want to make your photos like super clear, super crisp. I try not to over edit my photos. Recently, I feel like I look back at my Instagram even like 6 months ago, I'm like, oh my god, what was I thinking? Some of these photos I posted or some of the edits I did was like, oh my god, terrible. But things like that, I think you really have to almost put yourself in the person's shoes who's viewing your profile and think about the experience they're getting, or what you're helping them with, or what they're gaining from your Instagram or profile, right? So daily I think about, like, what did I provide my followers with today? Did I provide them with any useful information? Did I just post a bunch of random stuff? Like, did I actually supply a message or a tip or something useful that they can be like, wow, I follow this person because they helped me with this. So like, I follow a bunch of fashion blogs because I need help with fashion. Baking blogs too. I'm not a great cook or a baker, so I follow those blogs because I want them to help me, right? So that's why I always try to get a take-home message that I want my followers, when they come to my page, to leave with something, right? So, I mean, of course there's times I'll just post like a cute picture of this or me, or, even the rabbits, but that's like, hopefully I'm supplying like, some comic relief, like posting like the bunnies doing something funny, and then you guys see a workout from me or this, and I try to keep it interesting. I try to show that I'm in a routine, but also show you that there's other things going on in my life too. So I would say, if you are, once again, one thing you can take from this tip is put yourself in the audience shoes and think about what they're getting from your profile when they come to it, right? So tip number 4 is to just do it. It sounds so silly, but you need to just start. So after you've done those first couple tips that I said, sit down, think about what you want your brand to be, what you want to portray, and what your message is to people, you need to just start. It sounds crazy, but like I literally was one day, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it because I've been telling myself I'm going to start for months and months, and people kept telling me to start, and I didn't. So eventually, just start posting. I personally feel like you should just take over your account you already have. I mean, if you really want to just cater one thing towards an account, make a new one. People always told me in the beginning, like, oh, why did you like start a new one? Like, I don't want to see your post about this, and that's really fine. Like, I don't care if they unfollow me. Then I just figured if I have people I already have a message to, if they want to stick around, that's awesome. If not, I think it's super hard to start something from scratch, and what better way than already having an audience in front of you to say, hey, this is what I'm going to start posting about. If you love it, awesome. If not, that's okay too. You don't have to follow me anymore. So again, just start. When I started posting about fitness, some people were like, oh my god, yes, finally you're doing this, is awesome. And there's gonna be times and trials. You're gonna fail sometimes, you're gonna post something and it's not gonna work, or you're not gonna get the engagement you wanted, and that's like for everything. Like in the beginning, it's gonna be more of a trial and error thing. But even now when I'm posting, like my, feeds go like this. Like some things take off, some things, aren't that great, and that's okay because you should have variation in your feed, because I guarantee not every single one of your followers is going to cater towards all the 5 pillars that you're posting about, right? So if I post about fitness, or I post about, lifestyle, I'm sure many people can connect to that. But if I post a beauty tip, I'm sure not everyone's going to be attracted to that or want to see that kind of content. So your feed will be like this, and that's totally normal. So don't be fearful of failure, because that's the only way you can come back up, right? So you want to just work every aspect of what your brand is and what you want to portray, so then when people come to your page, you can provide them with what they're looking for. Okay guys, so I think that is all I know. I wanted to keep this short and sweet and just get straight to the point. So those are the tips I have for starting. So if you watch this video, it was obviously for a reason. So if that's the case, I want you to go now, sit down about what you want your brand and what you want to do, and just go for it. Follow your passion. There's no reason why you shouldn't, and nothing should be stopping you. So this is me telling you to go start, because I was in your shoes at one point, being scared of starting, and I did it, and now I'm here, and I'm just happy I'm doing it. Okay, so, and I'm not gonna stop.